give him a
my
jig.
fucking beer went empty.
I know where we get some more. What's up, you boys and girls? It's the K&E Hour once again.
One more time.
I'm K. I mean.
Okay.
That's K. Here we are. We're like that show. I'm not that drunk.
K&E Hour just came on. I heard it.
Notification. We are live. Hit that subscribe button because we want all you boys and girls to come and see us.
Hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you never have to miss one of our shows.
And you'll get all these text messages. I'm already getting texted over here.
We really want y'all to know when we're on.
The chick from work's like, hey, what's your shoe under? Well, it's a show, girl. People trying to come in already, buddy.
I like it.
Should I answer it?
Give her an answer. I'll cover while we're out here.
All right, Tim.
I'll cover like I normally do for these shows.
K&E Hour on the YouTube, right?
On the YouTube.
On the
I have an actual
YouTube.
link for it, but I'm not going to ask you to type out. Did you notice on YouTube, Facebook? I mean, shit, the link is like the whole width of the page up here. So
I know. So
tell her just K&E Hour on YouTube.
Right. So if you get in there, girl, we just texted it to you, Tanya. So feel free to come join the show. And if you watch it later on from the beginning, you'll know you interrupted us and we came to you. I just want you to know we stopped the whole show so we can make sure that Tanya had the address. Love you, girl. Don't mess up my tickets.
I don't know who Tanya is, but thank you. You fucked up the whole show.
Screwed it all up for everybody. Now none of us can swim in the pool because everybody's pooping in it.
All right, that's going too far.
Okay, we love you, girl.
Did we get all our shit? We got our hit subscribe, hit the little bell next to it so you know when we come home.
That's right.
Did you just say hit describe?
Hit describe.
Subscribe, hit the little bell next to it. If you look right below into the description of the video, you'll find our Twitter account. It would be badass if they'd follow us on Twitter.
That's right.
Really,
we know Twitter.
All the Twitters, but really that account is just kind of poor right now. We got like 13 followers, so if y'all could even use like some dummy accounts or shit, just make us look better.
Yeah. I mean, we got something we're going to talk about later on. What's up, Dustin? Shout out to Dustin. That's my favorite dude in the world right there.
Just wanted to acknowledge he was here.
A little shout out to Natural Light. Still waiting on that check, baby. Needs cash. We got our producer up here. This is our makeshift producer, Eureka. What's her name?
I don't know. Hell, Veronica.
Veronica.
This week it's Veronica.
We're still waiting on the Blow Me Up and Love Me Talk from somebody so we can stick it in that corner over there. I've been texted again. I feel like it's yes. We're doing it, Tanya. Doing the show and quit texting.
No, we're live.
Let me. We're live right now, Tanya. And if you watch the show, you'll see where you interrupted us. Jump in and come watch. That's you, Tanya.
Did you get the bear?
All right. Dustin hit on a good point here.
We got a bear.
We've got the bear.
Oh, the bear.
This is the Little Nitro, the world's hottest gummy bear. What we're going to do is we're still small timing it right now. We're just still a couple guys like drink beer, shoot shit, have fun, and make fun of a lot of the world out there. But
I'm big time. I don't know about you.
With a small waist. But anyways, we want to get up to a certain number of subscribers. We need some subscribers, and then we're going to eat this damn bear. And
how about 100?
You want to get 100?
Let's do 100.
We need 100 subscribers. So get your friends out there. Tell them to watch. Come see us. As soon as that thing says 100 subscribers, and we're not too far off. I mean,
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Help us out, brother. And if anybody sees Tanya out there, tell her to hit the show instead of texting me.
Anyway,
what we're going to do is we're going to hit 100 subscribers. And then me and Kyle are going to say, we're going to flip a coin to see which one of us eats this bear.
Fair enough for me.
Here's what's going to go down. I'm either going to sweat, puke, and hit the wall. And Kyle's going to pass out and have a heart attack. That's going to be some live action EMT action happening here.
Yeah, we'll have EMTs on standby.
I'm sure it's going to be a great light show because there's lights will shine through these windows when the firehouse shows up.
Well,
All right.
I can't afford EMT, but my daughter's a nurse, so I'll have her standing by.
Anyways, this thing is awesome. I'm going to be like Kyle for just a second here. Anybody laughs at me tomorrow, I'm going to poke you in the eye with my finger. Yep, that just happened. Here it is, Little Nitro, the world's hottest gummy bear. Consumer beware. This is not your ordinary friggin' gummy bear. From Flamethrower Candy. That's a sign right there.
Yeah, you don't want
Flamethrower Candy.
Want that.
Let me get a beer. It's so hot just talking about it.
I guarantee I'm going to have a two-headed coin that day.
We'll be checking the coin before the toss. All right, from Flamethrower Candy Company comes the next experience for those who seek the heat. I'm going to go on with the heat. Little Nitro has been infused with our signature. This is original shit. Our signature 9 million Scoville unit chili extract, making him, the bear, 900 times hotter than a jalapeno pepper. Do you dare this fiery gummy bear? Cut that rhyme there at the end. It's what happens when I wear my glasses. I have to retuck.
Right. So 100 subscribers, we flip a coin. One of us
eats this damn bear.
Eats the damn bear.
One of us is going to sweat to death, possibly puke, shit horribly bad for 9 days. And the other one might just have a heart attack, kill off.
I'll just die over.
That's going to be a show to watch. That's going to be live action dying. All right? So let's make sure we get 100 subscribers.
So, where did you get this, Ed?
I got this from a buddy of mine at work.
Okay.
He got 3 of these sent to the office.
Okay, so it's a special order type thing?
He got it on special order. He paid like $15 for 3 of them.
Oh, goddamn. So
yeah,
when I die...
David Cole, if you're watching, awesome idea. It's David Cole from work. You got it. Shout out to you.
When I die, David Cole, it'll be on your conscience.
Oh, yeah, he'll be the accessory.
Yeah. We have this on film. So take this to the police department.
David Cole calls this dad. And my flaming diarrhea. So we'll see how it plays out. But I need a cigarette.
All right.
But yeah, we want 100 subscribers, and then we're going to do it. We're going to do that. So tell your friends, get them lined out. Call all your contacts, your contracts, your Skid Row buddies, whoever's out there.
I like Skid Row.
Skid Row's a good band.
Right. But anyway.
We digress. We'll change the subject in just a minute, man. There ain't no beer in these trunks. I said that wrong. There's no punk in these trunks. We'll change the subject on a moment's notice. Be it fucking now.
All right.
Okay, on that note.
So, I'm going right into the shit that I actually have some idea what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah. Shout out to David Cole on that.
I can see up there too. Well, hell, now I'm sitting here running my mouth and I ain't messing with the. All right.
I don't know what I just saw there, but I thought I seen somebody humping something.
No, I really love this. I saw it today. I was looking through shit. You know, everybody has a cousin Eddie in their family.
That would be me.
This is our cousin Eddie. And actually, I'm not going to spend no time on this, but what you're looking at is a mannequin, a display that somebody put up for Christmas. But he's got the beard.
Oh,
he's got the people who did the article apparently didn't bother to watch the movie because they're like, he has some kind of an orange hose. He was emptying his shitter.
Yeah.
Standing at the gutters and emptying his shitter from his home,
I'm not gonna lie to you. Cousin Eddie from those what is it? What is that show called? Vacation movies? That is my ultimate hero. I think Cousin Eddie for president. We all know I want Larry Flint as president.
Right. But when I saw that, I mean, I didn't want to spend no time on it or nothing like that, but I just, Cousin Eddie, I thought of you and it was, oh shit, I at least have to bring this picture up during the show.
He's a national treasure.
He is. So anyway, the bottom line, the back of the story is that some of his dumbass neighbors, and yes, they're dumbasses, actually thought that was a real dude standing out there naked.
Oh, in this photograph?
Yeah.
And
so they called the cops on him. And the cops came out and took pictures with it and all that. Apparently they had watched the movie.
Right.
And they was just in love with that shit. So the cops came out, got them some pictures, and basically told the people that called in, hey, don't be stupid.
You'll have that in America. We don't think, what do you call it? Everybody calls it the Karen syndrome.
Yeah.
Karen come to town, called the cops.
Oh, yeah. It's shit.
So what's all that stuff beside it on the picture? Oh, the dead cat on the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and then the ski slope thing.
Going down the hill, Yeah, they did it upright.
Yeah, I liked it. That's a good show. But
the only
Cousin
thing,
Eddie for vice president, Larry Flint for president.
The only thing I can really say about it is they made the poop green, so he may be having some digestive issues.
Well, at the end of the movie, though, all that shit in the gutter, it was coming off a green color, so
they probably did have some digestive issues.
And it's Eddie, they're eating dog shit and everything else to survive.
It's Cousin Ed. I can go ahead and shut this down, can I? I just wanted to show the picture because it was, Cousin Ed.
Yeah. So, brother, how's your beer sitting?
I could use one. I can always use one.
Right.
I'll tell you, like I told a bartender one time. I was at one of these fancy falutin places with my bosses and all that. And this lady kept being about 15, 20 minutes late coming by for, do you need a drink?
Yeah.
So I finally told her, I said, if you're walking anywhere near this table, just get me a damn beer and bring it. I mean, I need a beer. Don't come ask me and then make me wait on you to go back and get it.
I want you to look at my end of the bar and say, that motherfucker needs a beer.
So, yes, I would love a beer.
And here's the thing. We used to fight and argue about who would go get a beer at this time. But, we got something good for Kyle at Christmas time. Check this. I'm just going to open the door right here and
boom.
Lean over and grab us a couple of beers. Yeah, right here.
And I thank you, sir, for all that effort you had to put into getting me a beer.
It's a job, buddy. You got to be there for your buddies.
So what's on your mind, Ed?
I've got all kinds of stuff on mine. Oh, my God. We got a phone call during the K&E Hour.
All right. Take over for a second. This is actual work, believe it or not.
Well, I'll talk lowly because we got a call from work.
Yeah.
But, Tanya, I hope you made it on the show. You can type in and say stuff on there. We've got technology. Let us know you're in there. Send a shout out. We got several viewers. Say howdy. But let me get this beer open. We're going to put his phone on the off button on the next show. He's trying to be all serious over there. Y'all can't see it, but I get to hear it.
All right.
We'll talk more about this bear. Kyle is going to die.
Anything can happen on live shows.
It's like watching one of them Jackie Chan movies at the thing that the spoofs that did. Oh, somebody brought their phone.
Right. Yep. Well, that was work, and that just falls under anything can happen under live.
This bitch be on call all the time.
24/7.
Tell me you don't have to leave.
No, I'm not going nowhere.
Because I don't want to sit here and drink all this beer by myself. I'll do it.
He'll do it
because I'm a
for
trooper.
the sake of the show.
I'm committed. Yeah, I got all them viewers up there, and I was trying to tell Tanya, if you're on the show, say something over. She's probably
the cat just opened the door to the studio.
I said it last time.
I was on the phone.
That's too damn bad.
Well, then you better be entertaining while I'm gone.
While you're gone, you shut the fucking door. This man a $1.03 trying to show his ass over here. Did you just cod at me? Did you just grapple at me?
No.
I don't appreciate all this shit in my face. Why are you trying to get in?
I don't know what you was thinking you saw, but no, you didn't see nothing like that.
You know, that reminds me, getting a little too close. I got this guy at work.
Shit.
We all know about my new fish. You know, likes to come up to the pork and says, "Oh, I'm fat and I'm tired. Let me just rest my belly on your knee." We all know about that shit. We had issues, but he's a good old boy. He's starting to come around a little bit. You know, we've only had a few Jesus talks. You know, like hey, you know.
So hold on, let me recap this if you don't mind. He's fat. He fucks up. He puts his shit on my leg, but he's a good boy.
He's trying. We love him to death. He's goofy as shit, but we kind of love him. He's starting to grow on me. If any of you fucking tell him that, I swear to God, I'll cut your nut. You know, do not tell him that. But anyways, so he gets this bad habit. I try to show him stuff all the time. Like I show him how to get down there. We need to check this item, this, that, or some items on the wood that we carry, you know, on the pins we put them in. You gotta look at these. And I'll lean over, and every time I lean over, he walks right there. I'm like, look, man, if that fucking junk touches anything on me, my shoulder, my arm, if anything hits the bill of my hat, if you don't have the common sense to back that shit away, I'm going to split your gut right here and watch all your fat just pour on the floor.
God damn, man.
Well, you don't just run up on an old boy. You know?
Well, no, but I mean, shit, tell us how you really feel, brother. I will split your gut and watch your fat fall out.
Brother, I've been through some things. You know this. It's cut a motherfucker we'll talk about later. You know? But anyway, I'll pull off of that.
Well, don't do it on my account. But I do feel bad for the boy if he ever watches the show over here. Well, fuck, Ed, you know.
Choke me up. No, he's a good kid. He's like a 36-year-old man and a Well, I should say he's not. He's like a 12-year-old man in a 36-year-old man's body.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the guy, he looks more like he's 55.
Well, what I'm going to say is I'm going to assume the people who watch this have enough sense to decipher what you said, because there's going to need to be some deciphering there.
There will be some deciphering. Don't get that amongst yourself. Smoke a bowl, watch the show. That's what I'm saying. You never know what's going to happen on this motherfucker. We want y'all to be as fun as us, all right?
Okay, I did not know that was the motto of our show, but yeah, smoke a bowl, watch the show. Let's go.
You got to find your crowds, you know?
Yeah.
You go over here to this crowd, these guys are sensible motherfuckers. So we'll say something about sports here in a minute, because you got your sports addicts, you know? It's like, well, I want to hear about, we're going to talk a little bit about football here in a minute.
Go sports.
Go sports. Then you got your potheads and you dopers and stuff like that. You want them to come watch the show too.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't want to alienate nobody.
Yeah, smoke a bowl, watch the show. I mean, we're going to get on there. I mean, I don't smoke bowls no more. I probably did back in the 80s. You remember the 80s?
No, I really do not remember that. Let me tell you about a concert I went to in the 80s.
The 80s were the greatest fucking decade.
They were.
You guys don't know what you fucking missing.
I didn't put it in the description. We was going to talk about music, but in the 80s.
I swear I look like a crackhead. I'm like, let me get my cigarette. Let me get my beer.
You do. You really do.
Okay. It's a nervous tick, but I'm there. We're good.
So in the 80s, most of them anyway, I lived in Texarkana, Texas.
Park Bulldogs, go, baby.
Well, you know, that's only just a short drive over to Shreveport.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So Shreveport had some of the best concerts ever.
Nobody was as great as the Texas Jam.
No, but if we start on that, we'll have a whole nother fucking show.
Right,
I mean,
that's a whole other show. We need harder liquor.
So I take off. We're going to watch the Motley Crue.
The Motley Crue.
The Motley Crue. Well, I say it like that because if anybody is a Motley Crue fan, or hell, even if you ain't, go look up the video Wild Side.
Time out just a second.
If this is
Tanya, quit texting. Talk on the show, okay? We love you, girl, but talk on the show. Come see us, girl.
Well, what was her question? I'll answer it.
Just eat the gummy.
No, we're not doing that, Tanya.
We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. So tell your friends, your sisters, your cousins, your boyfriends, your whatever the hell's in your family.
And I've got to be all honesty here. I can't fucking eat a hot wing. If I have
That's why we want him to get the quarter. He's going to die.
If I have to eat that gummy, I will literally die.
It'll be a live action death on the internet.
Yes, we will need paramedics here when I eat it.
We will go from 100 to 1,000 subscribers.
But I will be dead. I won't know that we have them.
You got to do some stuff to get the show working. I'll find an awesome K to fill you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
I'll get my call from work. Big Kyle. He'll just sit there and like, so what do we do?
Well, if you're getting Big Kyle, then you're going to have to get him to get you an actual studio with real cameras, real microphones, because that motherfucker can afford it.
I may pack a second gummy bear into this one.
So anyway, can I get back to my Motley Crue concert?
Tanya, if you're watching, which you are, could you keep texting me? Type up here on the screen. What's that?
Every time you say Tanya, you owe $1 to the swear cup.
$1. See what you're doing to me? Kilpatrick? Anyways, tell your story. We interrupted. We're going to get back to the story.
Well, I'm not sure I want to now. You hurt my feelings.
Oh, come on, guys. You just got it. You just got it.
No, I'll make it quick and we'll move on. But no, we're going to Shreveport to watch Motley Crue. And
the Motley Crue.
The Motley Crue. And they're filming the video Wild Side. And I really recommend y'all go watch the video. You will not see me in it. But
that was a disappointment.
Well, I mean, I guess if you stop framed it, slow motioned it, zoomed in, you could probably find me.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting in the back of this Charger, and it's
in the 80s.
Yeah,
that was a badass Charger.
It was. Yeah. That was a badass Charger.
That Charger was the shit.
With the metal showing on the tires as we're doing about 85 going to.
Was this your car?
No. I'm in the back seat. This is somebody else.
God, what's a scrub?
Yeah.
Which is my best friend. How's that song go? Somebody type it in there. Which I mean, that's your best friend's car.
By the time we even get to Shreveport, I am wasted. I mean, we're drinking beer. We're drinking Jack Daniels. Well, that's a lie. Jim Beam was my drink of choice. We're drinking beers. I'm drinking Jim Beam. I mean, we're talking you threw a half a gallon in the seat in between and just turned it up straight as you went. I don't remember checking into the room.
Oh, shit.
I don't remember nothing about the Motley Crue concert. Yeah. But if you watch that video Wild Side, there is a point where Tommy Lee's drum set comes out over the crowd. Comes in the air and goes over the crowd.
Yeah, they were doing that in the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well,
I must have been high all the time. I'm sorry, drunk. I'm doing shit.
If you want it, if you really want to find me, I was directly underneath where that drum set hit its peak, where it ended at.
Oh, hell.
And because I remember being so drunk and laying back and just looking up, and Tommy Lee is just turning circles above me.
They had to be good on the stomach.
Oh, yeah, you know. Last thing I'll say about it, we'll move on. And by the way, appreciate you being here. We're doing great. How you doing?
Shout out to Darren.
Hell yeah. But last thing I'll say about it, and we'll move on though, is they've got a picture of me, an old Polaroid that shows you how old I am. And
that's how we Snapchatted back in the days.
Right, that was Snapchat. When we went into the motel, and we had done this more than once, you go into the motel, you dump all your beer in the bathtub.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go get tons of ice and you bring it in and you put the ice on top of the beer. Well, in
one quarter gallon cup at a time.
Yeah. In all my drunken wisdom, there's a picture of me somewhere floating around in this world, buck naked, laying on top of that bathtub full of beer and ice.
Can I get a beer from the shoulder area? I'd rather not get one by the penis over there.
In all my, well, I mean, I was laying on ice. The penis was probably about that much, you know.
This is true.
So it didn't
it
touch.
It shrinks like a fried turtle.
So it probably didn't touch.
I'm talking about Justin. He probably didn't like that shout out.
So, you know, the penis probably didn't touch nothing. But in my drunken wisdom, I thought this will be a really cool picture, you know.
Oh, man.
But anyway, I got us way sidetracked off anything we were going to talk about.
That's shit.
Are you know Darren?
Huh?
Is Darren one of yours?
No, I don't know who that is. That's a newcomer. But I guess by that last name, he might be related to that other fella.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, you know, I'm like you. Sometimes I'm very astute. But we appreciate
That's a word we like to use once in a while. Says we paid attention to something and noticed something.
Which is rare for us.
We usually use that word when I fucked up and haven't noticed something. Very astute. But you know, you're talking about alcohol. I got a thought here. Back in the day, and this was the 80s. In the 80s, me and my crew, we used to get together. We'd get drunk. And we would drink everything under the fucking sun.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a bit.
Gospel.
But go ahead.
And to God, there was a time I used to drink a lot.
Used to?
Anyways, still waiting on that check, Natural, because we're poor. We like to step up the Bud Light.
Well, then why would Natural want to sponsor us?
That's an Anheuser product.
Well, I know, but they still want us to drink Natural. They don't want them to send us the money and we drink Bud.
You're right. That's part of that astuteness we were just talking about. It's a word that I evidently don't understand. But,
okay. Darren is his little brother. Says he's a pretty damn good boy.
Way to go, Darren.
Hey, Darren, we're just glad to have you here. All serious, man. We're just glad to have you.
Any friend of Dustin's is a buddy of mine. That's all I'm saying. But anyways.
And any buddy of Eddie's is a buddy of Ed's.
You better watch out. If it's a buddy of mine, he probably owes you $20. You should collect on that because it's not my fault. Anyways, back in my day, in the 80s, we'd get liquored up. We'd drink everything. And we always had like this much left of a bottle.
Yeah.
Whether it be
Jack Daniels, Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. What's
Tequila.
the sweet one? What's the sweet one?
Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort. That one. We filled up a 5-gallon water jug that sits on the coolers. You know, you put them up, you get the little thing. We filled up one of them one time. We have him in a buddy's house. Jay Simmons, if you ever watch it, shout out to you, motherfucker, for all the alcohol poisoning we went through back in the 80s. We finally got this sumbitch to fill up. The color of this fucking liquor was a deep, dark purple hue. Right? You know what I mean? It wasn't just purple, it was a hue. Look, H-U-E. Look up the word. Learn some shit. We're educational, too. But anyways, we finally used it. Well, we got to a point where we didn't have any liquor one time. We was going to this party. And we didn't have it outside party. We was on the strip on Kemp Street in Wichita Falls. We didn't have any liquor, so we thought, let's bring the jug. The jug made it to the party. So we filled that, took that sumbitch up or full to the top with all this fucking coffee beer. And my buddy kept it in his bedroom, which I'm sure the sun came to and probably heated that shit up to a dangerous level.
Fermented
The shit out of this liquor. We get there and we got to the point where we was a little bit scared. So we got to the point where it was like, somebody's got to try. And you know, back then my balls hung down to my ankles. I was like, fuck, I'll try it. Give me a goddamn cup.
Yeah.
So we took these Dixie cups that you get from the bathroom. The ones in the old days, I don't know if y'all do it now, but in the old days, you had these little things that sit in your bathroom on the walls. Your little Dixie cups, got your water and you spit and all that stuff. They were little tiny Dixie cups. Probably about it was like,
okay, we got it. Here's a Dixie cup.
Here's a shot glass. It's probably about that much taller and about that much more big around. You gotta show them shit, Kyle. You don't just.
They're smart enough to know what a Dixie cup is.
Do you know who I work with? You know, they don't know what a Dixie. They only know Solo. Solo cup.
Okay.
Anyways,
it's half the size of a Solo cup. Move on.
Moving on. So I filled it up. I drank it. I walked around just a couple minutes, lit me a cigarette, told my buddies, I'm going to go back behind the Taco Bueno and take a piss. This is where we was partying. I walked back behind the Taco Bueno, and this is what happened. My buddy Jerry, hell, if you're out there, shout out to you, mother, came over and woke my ass up because I had leaned against that wall pissing, and I passed smooth the fuck out from this alcohol drink that was fermented beyond fucking recognition.
In just a Dixie Cups amount.
A Dixie Cups amount. Had no beer, no alcohol, anything before that. We got there and I drank that one fucking cup. And my buddy like, I just felt that shake and he's like, Ed, are you okay? I'm sitting there dick in hand like, oh, what the fuck happened? I'm like, somebody help me up. My buddy Jerry got me up, held me against the wall. I said, don't drink the punch. Don't drink the punch. It's bad. He's like, man, you've been gone for like 15 minutes. I had to go check on you. I tried to walk around the edge of the building to go back to the vehicle.
Right.
I thought if I walked around, got some cool air rushing across my face, it'd be all right. It was a cool night. But I took about 2 steps, and all I know is my buddy Jerry grabbed me because I almost hit the fucking wall and went down the side of my face. He said he caught me. And I remember this motherfucker was big. You know, this is my buddy Jerry.
Right.
He picked me the fuck up and carried me to the fucking car. And at some point, I started to vomit on my buddy Jerry. He did not throw me to the ground like a real friend would. He was even better friend. He pulled apart. He's like, don't puke on my fucking shirt. He puked. He threw me on the ground at that point where I puked. He took his shirt off so I wouldn't fuck it up even further. He carried me in a lot different ways, so I wasn't puking. They put me in the fucking car, and I continued to vomit in that fucking car. Jay, I apologize for that. But whatever you do in life, do not fucking, let's just save this bottle of whiskey. Let's put it on. Right. Do not mix your fucking whiskey.
No, that's a bad idea.
It was bad. It was horrible.
But we all had to learn that lesson.
I learned that lesson because we threw it out. I was the only one that drank it. I learned the lesson. I think like 6 hours later, I woke up, was down the road. He's like, hey, man, I've got these girls in the car. When we get to this house, brush your fucking teeth because that's puke smell, and you're cleaning my car out tomorrow.
Yes. Let me tell you my mixing alcohol story. And I'm just going to start it by saying that to this day, I can't drink tequila. But I got to give
one
you,
of my favorites.
I know. I smell tequila and my stomach starts turning.
Oh, hell.
But
Got to hear this story.
I'm going to give the condensed version because this is only an hour show. But
Get 10 subscribers. We might stick around a little longer.
that's right. But all right. So I'm in Texarkana. I'm young. I'm single. And
We was all there once.
yeah. So I'm young. I'm single. Well, I hung out with this couple, and they were very, very good friends of mine.
Yeah.
Well, the lady worked at, I don't know what it was, maybe a Furs or something along that line, but that don't matter. Anyway, she comes to me one time. Me and her husband had been in there to eat several times. So she comes to me and she's like, "Hey, my boss said she'd really like to meet you."
We know what that means.
Right, yeah. So I'm like, "Well,
Hey, can you put your train on the tracks and run it through this stuff?"
Hell yeah. So I'm like, "Well, I'd really like to meet your boss." Sight unseen. I didn't know what she looked like, who she was, nothing else. But, I'm 20 years old. Well, I had to be 21 because I bought alcohol, but,
Don't really have to be back then.
I'm 19 years old and some chick wants to meet me. I'm all in. So, anyway, so fast forward, we're going to her house. Well, I decide, you don't show up. You don't show up to a party.
Hold on. Fast forward, I'm on my way to her house. There was some slap and tickle going on in here. Like, oh, we're at a party. All of a sudden, I'm going to my boss's house all by my fucking self.
No, I still ain't never met her.
Oh, okay.
We're all going. I'm in the back of the Charger.
Oh, okay.
The same Charger. Yeah, no, I'm in the back of the same Charger that took me to Shreveport to miss the Motley Crue concert.
Yes, the Motley Crue concert. That he was at, he just don't remember.
Right. But yeah, if you zoom in, I got proof I was there. So anyway, we're headed over there. But before we got in the car, I thought, you don't go to somebody's house and not bring a little something. So
I seen him when you bring some blow.
Oh, I grabbed my normal half a gallon of Jim Beam and took it over there. So we're all sitting around. We're having a really good time. I mean, I'm getting to know this girl. She is fucking hot. I mean, she's way over my head.
All right.
Yeah. And we're getting along real good.
She's like a 5. So puts the arm. I'm sorry.
No, because you're all in like a 5 is over my head.
When we was 20, a 5 was like,
yeah. Yeah, my wife now is way more than a 5. But back then, a 5 was way over my head. And this chick was over them. So maybe it's that she was already a little tipsy when we got there, didn't realize how ugly I was, but
I've got
whatever.
7.
Yeah, I was up to a 7. But,
I'm proud of you, man.
Well, you won't be at the end of the story. So we're sitting like in a big circle. There's probably 8 of us in our house. It's a party situation, not a intimate. And so we're sitting there and we're all just telling stories. I don't know. We might have been playing a fucked up game. Oh, yeah, we was.
Fucked up games are the best.
Yeah. I don't remember it, but I don't remember the name, but the Queen of Whores dropped her drawers and
yeah, I remember that game.
Bullshit nose or cat shit or rat
who
shit,
bad shit, head shit, who shit, bullshit.
Bullshit, right. Anyway, but they're passing a bottle of tequila around.
You gotta play that beer. Tequila's too hard in that game.
No, we was playing with beer, but we was just passing the bottle around the circle. And I used to drink a little too when I was younger. Well,
I remember.
in all my wisdom, I decided, that bottle ain't getting back around to me fast enough. So I thought if I throw that half a gallon of Jim Beam in there, then the bottle will come around twice as often.
There's good logic there. I mean, it's legit.
It was good logic if we was drinking like strawberry Kool-Aid and I threw some grape in the mix,
Let me just mix up my Kool-Aid.
But here in just a little bit, she she's gonna start taking people home. So, 4 or 5 of them leave on their own, but I think there's like 2 chicks that had to have a ride home.
Oh yeah.
So she's taking them
2
home.
chicks at the same time.
Oh yeah. And she comes over. Hey, I'm gonna take them home. You want to go with me? I'm like, well,
That's a
fuck
sign.
yeah, I want to go with you. So everybody says their goodbyes. My ride leaves.
Oh.
So all I've got is her, and we're coming back to her place.
And number 5 turned into a 7.
At that point, that 7 turned into a 12. So we get in the car, we take off, we gonna drop these 2 chicks off. We coming back to her place, and I ain't got nowhere else to go. So I mean, what's that tell you? I'm staying there.
It's time to lag nap.
That's where the story goes cold.
If anybody remembers the 80s, lag nap, man, it was a bumper sticker we had that we made. It was all, let's all get naked and fuck.
Yeah,
lag nap.
That's where my story goes cold. We got in the car, we dropped off these 2 girls, and I woke up in the rose bushes.
That's a horrible fucking story, y'all.
I have no idea what happened from the
all
time...
these viewers were getting ready to hear a fuck story, and you're like, I woke up in the rose bushes. Hold on.
Well, this wasn't a fuck story. This was a don't mix alcohol story.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what we said. I thought we was going to a fuck shop.
No, I remember dropping off the girls, and the next thing I remember is waking up in the rose bushes.
Don't mix your liquors, motherfuckers. That's bad news. Fucked us up some 4s.
Hell yeah.
I'm about ready for a beer, and I think it's your turn to get them.
I'm going to do this very carefully because we know what that looks like if I don't.
I wouldn't do that to you, buddy.
Yes, it would. I have no doubts about it.
Let's just open that beer right there.
But since you're so upset
Fucked up good.
that you didn't get a fuck story.
Yeah, the stag stories have got to be better.
If you're ready, I'd like to move on to the next topic.
We're going to move on to the next topic after we just talked about not getting laid one night. So, lay it on me, brother, on this topic you've been holding out on. Because he had a good one here, and I've been waiting to hear about it. That he's been talking about since I got here.
All right. Let me see if I can work this camera screen here. Yeah, I think I can.
Okay, hang on. What we got here? What? This appears like, is this a real chick? Is this that body art stuff?
Yeah.
Body painting stuff?
Right. Yeah, it's all right. It's the story is about what's it like to be body painted. What I want to do is first I'm gonna move down just a little bit and show you her being painted.
So is this chick nude?
Yeah, completely nude.
Please be over 18, folks.
Well, it don't show nothing that ain't
okay.
painted. You're fine. So it's real quick. It's real quick. It's her being painted. You can see her bush there.
Hoo-haw has been shown.
But it's painted, so apparently that's all right.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Now,
well, I'm not going to lie to you. I think the painted version of her looks better than that first one where she takes off her clothes. She looks kind of like, crack whorish.
Right.
But she's all painted up. Yeah, she looks at. I'm not going to say she's got them doodly fenders, but she got some hip on her.
Right. Well, she's like Australian or something like that, too. So, they've all got that.
The views are be popping up. Hey, they're showing her naked,
mm-hmm. But I had several things that I wanted to bring up. all right with you if I go ahead and kill that and put it back to full screen?
Okay, yeah, because it's going fast.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get sick if we keep, trying to
Big
watch it.
bombing.
My question, though.
I call it the Motley Crue concert with the.
Yeah. Let me get it off this screen over here, too, because we're still having to look at it. My question, though, is, and I would really love some support from the chat room here. Are you talking to Tanya again?
Tanya.
I want to know if you would ever do that.
What, body paint?
Yeah.
Would I body paint myself?
Well, have somebody body paint you. Not me. I'm not doing it.
I don't know. It would be a cool experience.
I mean, I'm not painting you. I didn't mean I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm not painting you.
I just paint you flat white. I mean, that's all I do.
You got to hire a motherfucker to do that.
Yeah, that guy had like a little tiny paintbrush. I use a roller. All right, Kyle's been whitewashed, so there's that. But I don't know. I don't. It'd have to be the circumstances. Is there payment involved? There would have to be payment.
No, you're just art. You're not getting paid. You're art. The guy who painted you probably makes 1.7 million, but
that sucks.
No, you're just art. You're like the canvas.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, because art's a fucked up deal.
I agree.
All right, okay. Now, we all enjoyed the hot chick with the the nakedness and the paint and stuff like that. But let me tell you some fucked up things about art. Okay, do you remember that guy on TV just a year ago? Probably a year ago. Took a banana.
Yes, I remember that.
Remember that? Put it on the wall. Put a piece of duct tape on it. Gray duct tape. And sold that for over $3 million.
All right. Do you mind if I do something here real quick?
We're doing something real quick.
Okay.
I thought he was going to kick you.
I'm not going to kick
What
you.
are we doing?
I'm moving into your spot of the screen. No, Kyle, I don't think I would do that. Would you ever do that, Kyle?
Ed wasn't picking up on his heart. I would not do that, Kyle. Would you?
Actually, I would fucking love to do that.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I think there would be some problems there because I'm like a dude, you know, like with a chick, you just take the pussy region, and just paint over it, With a dude, there's like more shit to paint down there.
There really is.
And then, like, what if it's a hot chick painting me? Does it look the same when it's straight out as it does when it's laying down?
Will they do us a favor and paint like elephant ears on our hips and make it look like a truck?
Right, But I would absolutely do that. But like I said, I think being a dude, there'd be some obvious problems.
That's why I wouldn't want to be painted because, you might get the elephant ears in the trunk. I would get the grub worm coming out from underneath the rock. We all know what the rock is. We all know what the grub worm is. Hooded warrior. That was a dab.
I'm actually happy and disturbed at the same time that you explained that because I had no idea what the hell you was talking about.
A hooded warrior.
Well, I know what that means.
Yeah.
The grub worm and the rock and all that. I
don't know. I'm not Jewish. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not showing that. Something was just in the wrong place. I had to move it.
So, anyway, after all that, before we get off,
we went a little dark. It went a little south. I won't lie.
It did. But I should have said this first. The whole reason I brought this up, with the nude body paint and all that. Do you know what day it is?
Today?
Today.
It is January 11th.
It is.
Is it somebody's birthday?
It is not.
January 11th.
You should know.
So, what's happening on January 11th?
Today.
Shout out to Dustin out there. What the fuck, Dustin? What the fuck is wrong with you, son? After I just said you was my boy and all that.
No charge. No charge.
What the fuck you mean no charge? Bitch, I'm getting paid if I gotta do that. Big time.
Dustin, if Eddie paints your bush, I will eat the goddamn gummy. But I've got to see it on camera.
I'll get a Wagner paint spray. I was coach is like, did we hit it? I'm going to have to tell his favorite guy at work, Chris, that he wants his bush painted, and Chris is going to be all over you. You brought this on yourself, Dustin. You brought it on yourself. But anyways, tell me what today is.
Well, you can't guess. I mean, everybody out there should know what today is. It's probably written on the calendars. I mean, everything.
It's January 11th. Is it Yom Kippur or something?
Today is National Orgasm Day.
I was not aware. It's why I need an assistant. I need this shit brought up to my attention so I can be astute.
So, everybody who watches, make sure you get that covered tonight. In our case, you know, after you go home, I'll probably have to just do it by hand. But,
Tell me about doing it by hand. Let me tell you a story about doing it by hand. All right. I was doing this job. I used to be a flooring installer. I used to go around the United States. I used to do Ashley furniture stores. Well, we got done with one. This is a true story. And we got done with the one. I had this guy working with me. He's like, hey, did I do all right? And I said, you did good. He said, well, you call me when I get to go on the next one. I was like, yeah, you did pretty good. He's like, are you sure? So he needed some enthusiasm, some encouragement. So I tell you what, if I ever open a whorehouse, I will hire you to work it by hand until I get some girls. Well, my nephew was sitting in the back seat, and he heard me say that.
This is going bad. I can
so
see
the guy
it
laughed.
already.
He gets out of the truck. My nephew gets up front, gets in the front seat of the truck with me, and we're heading off to where we live. So he's real quiet, and I'm like, you all right over there? I'm trying. You all right over there? He's like, yeah. But he's mad. You can hear it in his voice. I'm like,
right.
What's the matter with you? He's like, so if you start to open the whorehouse, you're going to hire him and not me? And I just laughed. I rolled laughing. I said, did you not hear what I said to him?
I said.
And he goes, yeah, you said you would hire him and not me. I said, but did you hear what I said? And he's like, what? I said, if I open a whorehouse, I'm going to let him work it by hand until I get some girls hired. And he's like, what's that mean? Oh, the refrigerator has a black point. It'll kill you. I think you open that harder than I've ever seen you open that fridge. Right in my knee bone.
Well, it don't rub no more. We picked it up, so it's off the carpet.
It was slamming that kneecap. But I had to explain to him that he's going to work it by hand. He said, why wouldn't you? That means he's going to jack everybody off until I get some girls out. He's like, oh, I don't want that job. I said,
well, no shit, Sherlock. You ever been in an actual whorehouse?
I have.
You have. You are one sick son of a bitch.
No, it's 1980 something.
You really don't want to tell no more of that story.
I'm not going to tell the story. It was a good time.
Well, I'll move on to the only time I've ever been in a whorehouse.
Tell us about your work. So I'm the sick motherfucker, but you've been there too?
Yes, I have. Miss Irene's, ironically, in Texarkana, Texas.
A lot of bad shit happening in Texarkana. Don't go there.
No, we ain't even got to Madeira, California yet. But no,
I've known this motherfucker over 30 years. Madeira's got some fucked up stories in it.
The only time I've ever been in a whorehouse, I think I was like 11. I just want to sit and stew on that.
Please tell me you didn't go to the whorehouse while your dad did the electrical. Tell me Daddy Phil did not go there.
Yep. Dad took me to a whorehouse.
Yeah, good dad.
And, all right, I mean, now, Dad got in trouble when Mom found out he took me to Miss Irene's place.
I fucking imagine so.
And I didn't
He
know.
snorted a little bit. You didn't hear it, but I did. He snorted.
I don't know why them, I didn't at the time know why them girls were dressed the way they were dressed and all that.
He looked like an Ethiopian at a turkey dinner.
Oh, yeah. And they all loved me because, I was the only guy that ever walked in there that didn't want nothing from them, because I was like 11. I didn't know what I wanted. But we actually installed the red light.
That's the shit right there. That is this is where it's at, button.
Hell to the yeah.
You installed it, you didn't just change the fucking light bulb. You had to.
No, we had to actually put an outside light in. They didn't have an outside light.
Oh, yeah.
So we put in an outside light. And back then, like today, you would just go with the light bulb that you could change from clear to green to blue to red, But back then, they actually had their red light, and they would go out at night and unscrew the clear bulb and put the red one in.
Because
that meant you was open to business.
I mean, 9 times when you do your whoring.
Right.
8 times when you just lick the stamp and send the letters out.
But
that's a reference y'all don't know yet. We're going to teach you that one later on.
That was also the first time I ever met a politician.
You got to quit saying shit like that when I take a picture. I almost pushed. Ooh, goodness, it's in my nose. All right. Yeah, that's the best place to glad hand a politician, I guess.
Hell yeah.
How you doing, buddy? You voting? So who was the politician?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I was 11. That was like 62 years ago or some shit like that.
You made me snort so
Something looks
bad.
bad on my hat there. Is there shit on my hat?
Oh, all kinds of shit on your hat. Last week he had a spider web on it he didn't know about. I say that last week we weren't here. We had an issue we're not going to talk about.
Right.
Kyle's art class didn't work out.
I had to work on a fucking fryer yesterday.
Oh.
That's what's on my hat is fucking fryer grease.
That fryers ain't fun to work on.
No, hell, I come back. God damn, I had it up behind my elbows, up under my armpits.
The grease from it?
Yeah.
Grease from the fryer.
That was
who would have thought there'd be grease in a fire? I mean, a fryer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Well, I was in the back of it. You'd think that'd be a little cleaner than the front,
but no.
It was not.
So how'd it go? Is this the reason we're sporting the blue band-aids?
Yes.
Show the band-aids.
Sucked.
Kyle's got all these.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, Kyle fucked up.
Kyle fucked up.
So tell us how Kyle fucked up on the fryer, Kyle.
All right. How much time we got left on this goddamn show? Because this is a little bit of a story here.
We got time. We got time.
We'll go over. I talked to the producer, Loretta. Hold up. Hold it. She said if we go over a couple minutes, it's okay.
He calls it Loretta. I call it Eureka.
Franklin?
That's Aretha. Eureka's that little hole in your penis.
I know. Because I've had them stick that damn tube up there, and that's not fun.
You just don't know what kind of educational shit you're going to learn on this show.
Yeah, if we need to switch over to a medical show, we can do it.
We can do it. No needles.
I
don't like some.
All right. Well, the blue bandage is actually a 2-part story.
2-parter, baby. Here we go.
So, first, I'm working on an ice machine in a town about 90 miles away from here at Hawkins, Texas, but nobody fucking knows where Hawkins.
Nobody cares about Hawkins, Texas.
Nobody knows where it is anyway, so it don't matter. But now, this was actually kind of funny. You know when you're fucking up and
I do it a lot.
Right. But when you're really fucking up good, it's like you go into slow motion.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my hand on a piece of copper over here. I've got my torch in this hand, and I'm welding over here.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock. I go to take the torch out, and the knob of that torch catches a wire.
Oh.
And it's like in super slow motion. You can watch that torch just turn and go straight onto my hand. And
so you burnt your damn self.
So, yes, with a
torch.
fucking oxygen acetylene rig torch. And, you know, in my brain, it took about 15 minutes because it was in slow motion, just watching it just boil the side of my hand.
That's bad juju.
Mm-hmm. But I got, you know, that was all right. It blistered up. It was, you know, it looked real rough, but it wasn't that bad. Fast forward to the fryer. You might want to cover years here, Ed. Fast forward to the fryer. I reach inside. I'm working.
Is this the same day on the same trip?
No, the burn was Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
The fryer was yesterday, which would have been Tuesday.
All right.
As I'm bringing my hand out of it, I catch a piece of metal. And if it had just been, if I didn't already have the burn, you know, it probably just would have been one of them scratches you up a little bit. Like you can see that there. I'm sure they can't, but you know, because that's the kind of shit you get off that.
Yeah.
But since it was already a burn and already tender, and it was all
trying to heal over and scabbed it.
Yeah. I mean, it just filleted it off of there. I didn't even look at it because I knew I had that burn. So I was like, well, it hurts because I got the burn. I finally get my hands out of that fryer. I look down, I got blood dripping off my elbow.
So you grabbed something and ripped that fucking scab off the shit.
Not just the scab, it ripped it down into the white meat.
The white meat. Do you understand what the white meat?
Well, I mean, this is the funniest
thing
ever.
Cut.
This is the funniest thing ever. And I promise I'm not being racial about this or nothing like this. But a buddy of mine that run a restaurant was working on an ice cream.
I don't know. If you gotta say we're not being racial,
then we are.
To take a turn.
But no, this buddy of mine, he was a black man. He was trying to pull an ice cream machine out, and they were just cleaning it.
Yeah.
And all that. And he caught a piece of stainless steel, and stainless steel will cut you 3 different ways. Yeah. Wide, deep, and repeatedly. You know. But he came to me, he's like, man, that got me, Kyle. It cut me all the way down to the white meat. And that just struck me as so funny. Like I said, I mean, I never even noticed, you know, black or white or whatever. But when he comes up and tells me that cut me all the way to the white meat, you know.
I'm glad it was you and not me, because I'd have made a comment.
Right.
At least you'll show up in the pictures now. I take that back. I'm sorry anybody's listening to that. That's not, it wasn't racial.
But like I said, I mean, this was one of my best friends. He still is one of my best friends. But that was just him.
Was it Carrie?
No. Well, I ain't gonna shout his name.
Oh yeah.
But
shut up, Ed.
But I mean, that just struck me as so funny.
Yeah.
So now, anytime I get one of them where it like fillets your hand open, I'm like, cut me all the way down to the white meat, you know,
whiter.
The whiter meat.
The whiter meat.
You know,
that's the pork.
You know, this is really starting to sound like a moment where I ought to hit the music. What do you think?
I know. We ain't done talking.
All right. Ow!
I think we can do one more on the show. Let me get us a beer. How you sitting?
Well, I just got one, so.
Oh, so you're good? All right. Getting us beer. All right. We are getting close to the end of the show.
All right. But if you got something on your mind, brother, Loretta said it's okay if we go over.
What are we looking at? We have gone to our regular.
We have.
All right. So I guess we can probably call it a night, because we still got to do another show called Who Did It Better.
That'll be on here in about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. So we got to make sure we got beers for that. I mean, time for that.
Right.
But
Darren says, hey, y'all keep going.
Darren, run over here and bring us some beer.
Darren, we'll talk as long as we feel like anybody's listening, and probably about 20 minutes past that.
Well, we want everybody to remember.
I ain't drinking that fucking moonshine.
I'm not. I'm just showing you. We need 100 subscribers. Once we get to 100, one of us is going to vom, run into the wall, or something like that. Kyle's going to die. We're going to flip a quarter, but we need the 100 subscribers. We'll do that. Oh, I'm putting the wrong thing in the fridge.
So basically, my life is in your hands.
This is our moonshine. This is real life fucking moonshine.
No, that is not. That is a clear liquid that we bought at Walmart. Perfectly legal.
Clear, legal liquid.
Yes, a legal clear liquid.
Let's just call it water. It's we get 50 more subscribers. We get up to 50, we're going to take this big old shot of that. And it's good stuff smooth.
Yeah. How about y'all half the beer? I ain't sharing no beer with him. Fuck
it's not beer, it's bear. He's saying half the bear.
Oh, well, I'm old. Hold on.
Where's them glasses at, motherfucker? You need to read. Need something, you cockeyed motherfucker. Love you, buddy. That's a hard punch. You and fucking doesn't like to punch the shit out of my nose. Please, I want like drop an elbow. So you want us both to kill over?
No, I'm liking Darren here.
That's what I'm saying. Darren wants us both to die.
Well, no, I'm thinking, he doesn't want me to completely die. Just, probably 2 or 3 weeks in the hospital. I'll be back out.
I'll bomb and Kyle won't have a heart attack. He'll have a heart episode.
An episode.
Yeah. We've all heard about episodes. Episodes of bad juju too. I mean, I think one of us should be here to point at the other one and laugh.
I agree.
All right, so 100 subscribers will have to bear.
Okay.
Is that what you're wanting? Because we just want you to know, Darren, we ain't doing this shit tonight. I got to work in the morning.
But we're doing the clear liquid at 50 subscribers.
50, we get up to 50.
I would like to point out I was not asked about this. I learned it when y'all did. Look at us go.
We'll shoot a little legal clear liquid through our body. 100 subscribers, we're going to eat this bear. So make sure you tell your friends, get them the hell on here.
And if
Wednesday night, smoke a bowl, watch the show.
If anybody watched me drink the clear legal liquid a few weeks ago, y'all saw that I damn near died drinking that. Shit was coming back out.
You got to go watch one of the episodes. I was like, we had 2 shots that night. Remember the first one? I'm over here like an old fucking dying sailor, like, oh, smooth, taking everything I could to pronounce the word.
Right.
It's good clear liquid. I tell you what, legal liquid, liquor, clear legal
liquid.
It's a lot of L's. But yeah, Darren, you just trying to hurt a motherfucker. That's what you're doing. 100 subscribers. Tell your friends. Get us out there. Help us out. If you help us out, we'll help you out. Get you some free Dr. Peppers or something. Natural Light. We get them bigger sponsors or get up there. We might move up a little more beer. Might go all the way up to Bush. Bush Light.
Hey, we're following Bush on our Twitter channel. Shout out, K&E has a Twitter channel. So
follow us on Twitter.
We're following Bush. See if they'll follow us back. YouTube. Hit the little bell so you always know when we're coming on.
Should we end this motherfucker?
I think so.
Show?
I think so.
I think we'll put the music. Hit the music, my man.
Well, before we hit the music, I just got one thing to say.
What's that?
Our only goal coming on here is hopefully somebody will have a laugh, maybe a smile.
Yeah.
Have a good time. So, whether you're watching us live, you watch it later on, when you get up tomorrow or whatever, do your best. Try to make somebody smile.
Oh, we went deep there. I mean, what the what fucking music is this? I mean, this is the queerest fucking thing since the $3 bill. feel like Mr. Rogers is really my neighbor. It was fucked up.